Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage? It's a little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they grow up to be classy.
Yeah.
They're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful spring day down here at Aunt Tootie's basement. I don't got to tell you guys that because you're fucking family. You're the homies.
The homies.
We're doing a little bonus ep right here on the old Patreon.
Yeah.
My co-host is coming at you from across the table. Speaking of favorite comedians, one of my absolute favorites. I love him to death. He's my best pal in the whole wide world. Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
Hey, gang. Thanks for tuning in. No need for the plugs, for the promos. You know what to do. You're here, baby. We love yous.
The homies.
The fucking home dogs.
Those Chicky Sandwiches t-shirts are cooking. Oh,
Moving,
muchos,
Daddy-o.
muchos gracias.
El Pollo Sammy. What's sandwich?
Get one of those at the Met Gala next year. I'm sorry, what?
What's sandwich in Spanish?
Torta.
Torta.
Yeah.
A torta de pollo.
See.
According to Google, it's sandwich.
You fat idiot.
It's torta.
You're Polish.
How about a nice quick shout out?
To who?
Our producer,
I never met the man.
extraordinaire,
Huh?
stands about 5'10" and a half,
5'11", on the nose.
6'4" with penis.
If he's standing on that thing,
That's from Fletch.
that thing's like a podium.
Give it up for T-Bone McMuffin, Toby McMullen, everybody.
Boys, we got 5 team fouls going because we're in the bonus. Come on, we're having fun. NBA playoffs.
Oh,
Come
man.
on, baby. Strap in.
This guy's got a couple of duds.
Nerd alert.
He
Sandwich
was
in.
bombing around the around the mailbox.
You said that like
having
you shoot underhand.
Yeah. The Whitmer W. My
I dribble with both hands.
my gym teacher in elementary school taught everybody to shoot with, his name was Mr. Whitmer, with the Whitmer W. You make a hand like this, and then you like shoot like that. And it was like, which is like obviously not fundamentally sound.
Guaranteed to get your ass kicked in high school.
I know.
Shoot like that.
I know. And somebody recently, one of my buddies, we always like made fun of the Whitmer W, and I like flip or somebody. He's like, do you know how many people like that could have had a chance to actually play he ruined because he made them shoot like that?
All sky hooks.
Yeah. Oh, running skyhook.
Keeping it old school. Gang, bonus episode, as I said. Previously on this broadcast, Kevin told his tale of woe, his working career up to this point.
Sure.
So the boys thought it would only be fitting if
Yeah, Kevin started working in a tannery in fucking Sri Lanka.
fucking Molly Maguire over here. Holy shit.
I don't know what you mean, so I'm going to take offense to it.
But the boys using a lot of big words. Fucking one of the Breaker boys. They were the little kids that broke the coal. Northeast Pennsylvania. Well, heritage of my family. You know anything about anthracite coal? Huh? Built this country, locomotives.
This country was built on rock and roll. Everybody knows that.
No, this city was built on rock and roll.
Every fucking person knows that. Built this country on rock and roll.
So we're going to go over my job history here today on this broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Brought to you by Indeed. No? All right.
You didn't even give me a second. You've been big on the Indeed since we've been in Austin, by the way.
Because I can't believe that they own their own building. That's pretty cool.
Come from a guy who's never applied for a job, sure.
I'm a monster.com.
You're more of a walk up and knock. Y'all hiring? How many times has I did where you fill out, you like, this is hand-to-hand combat
Hold on.
days.
That was part of it. That was like instilled in me. God, we come from such a fucking blue-collar loser mentality. Make a fucking phone call, will you, Ma? That was part of it. Like, that was, you know, they say, that's the job is find a job.
Yeah.
So you had to put on your fucking chinos.
Even when you don't have a job, you have a job, and that's to find a new job.
Yes, you have to put on your chinos. You have to print out your fucking resume.
Get your golf shirt, borrow your dad's belt,
Yep.
whatever you need.
Which I
go
was-
apply to dry cleaners.
Yeah, which I was fucking terrible at doing that stuff. Every time I had to update my resume, I might as well have been taking the fucking LSATs. It was brutal. But that's what you fucking did. And your mom drove you around and fucking get in there, fucking be nice. And fucking go in there. Hi, how are you, sir? And
I was
answer
wondering if you're hiring.
Yeah.
Well, we can take your application
Yep.
and keep it on file. How many times?
I've been on the other end of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I walked into the Irish pub over there on Walnut about.
Fallen out of there a couple of times.
Thrown out of there a couple times. I may or may not have been punched in the head by my brother out front of that place. That is not a lie. That's what made me quit the family business was that night.
That's a christening you won't forget, huh?
Took a fucking right hook to the dome piece.
Run in your mouth.
I'd been saying some things.
That's how I know how damaged we are. We will say that I deserved a good punch there.
Yeah.
I deserved to get hit.
Well,
Which
yes.
most times my parents hit me when I was a kid. I deserved it.
I don't know, man. I don't have kids or anything, but I think hitting a child, again, I don't have kids, I don't know, is probably not the best. I mean, you turned out horrendously, if we're being honest, if we're calling a spade.
On paper, sure. And I would never do that to my kids.
I don't know, but also, like, again, I don't have, I'm not.
You would have hit me. If you were my dad, you don't think you would have hit me?
I want to hit you now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
see?
I don't know. But I do. I also come from a family of where if you got punched or got in a fight or whatever, it was, well, what happened?
Yeah.
And then, like, there would be, like, my dad or my mom would be the judge and jury on it to be like, well, all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was all, my mom was always, well, were you if you were drinking, it was like, it doesn't matter. You're all fucking idiots. It doesn't matter. Were you drinking? Yeah. Well, that's what you get for being in a bar at 2 a.m. So, like, there was that. My dad was a little more of, like, there was a code of honor a little bit of, like, well, what did you say? What did he say? You know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Was
Yeah.
he running his mouth? Did he hit you first? Did he push? Did he put it? If you got your hand, if somebody put their hands on you, it was fair game. You
Yeah.
could fucking beat him with a pool cue. He wouldn't care.
I got lumped up by a kid named Brian Tomer one time.
Brian, if you're out there, hit me up. I want to hear it real slow.
But I completely deserved it. I had, like, pushed this. We were playing hockey in the tennis courts. What's it called? Feet hockey, street hockey, whatever it is.
Feet hockey.
Yeah. And
No,
fucking
it's not feet hockey. Street hockey. Roller hockey. If you're on roller hockey, and then if you're on your feet, it's street hockey.
I really checked this kid that was smaller than me hard because I was being a dick, and he came over.
No, you're a
Yeah.
nice guy.
I was like 12 or 11 or something at the time.
Or 380.
Looking like the bruiser coming down the line.
Smoking cigs in the bed. Put me in.
And he freaked. He was like he was a good dude, but he was a really tough guy. Came up and just fucking took his hockey stick and swung it on me as hard as he could and broke his hockey stick over my hand. And I thought I broke my arm. Like, fucking mom was like, well, what happened? I told her. She was like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
You're picking on a little kid.
Yeah, that's the code. That's
And
like
she
you don't
worked
do
me
that.
over for a little bit. I got a couple of slaps out of her.
Uh-huh.
Fucking bag of peas on my arm. Getting fucking smacked by my mom.
Last time you had a
No
vegetable.
domestic violence in your home? Try it out. It's all right.
We'll just end
I'm
up
just
with
thinking
psycho.
about the poor people in sweaters trying to play tennis, watching you get lumped up by some Philly goon.
Yeah, you can have winners.
You want some too, old man?
My word, Cromwell, I've never seen such violence in my day.
No, I do think, though, that, yeah, you know, we come from that, but as a generation, you know, everybody has to put a fucking stop to it. And we're not even built like that.
What?
Just imagining hitting our kids or anything like that. That would never even fucking enter into play.
Oh, I think about it every day. Having a little guy just to fucking rough him up a
You're
bit.
slapping the shit out of Hansi.
That is a thing. It's like you do, and obviously I know if you get frustrated in the moment, like, you know, especially coming from an anger issued family like you get that, and like, like I go to
Does he cower? Like if you give him, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I gotta hit it hard.
Yeah.
And he runs to her, and then she goes and she laughs because it's funny, but
Plus he's cute.
yeah, he's real cute guy. He'll run to her, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I'm like, stop, yeah, like I gotta fucking discipline this
Then
fucking
you look
guy."
at the asshole.
Exactly. I'm like, he just knows I'm a fucking big puss. Fucking runs to her, and she pets him and said, "I'm just going to get in there."
He's between her legs,
Shut
like,
up. Yeah.
doing that thing.
Shut up. You shut up.
Anywho, So with all that being said,
With that being said,
man, that really made me think of the fucking just feeling like a loser with a short sleeve button down shirt on at like 13, 14. Walking into places like I was an accountant. Yeah, like a pizza place.
yeah.
They made me do that.
Uh-huh.
You have to look nice and get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that shit was fucking brutal. Anywho, started when I was 12 years of age, just like you.
Sure.
I do remember now thinking about it that it was under the table because we weren't legally allowed to work. So there were some kind of work papers or something
Required for the
in
state
the
of Pennsylvania.
Commonwealth
Yeah, you need it.
of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you had to.
But my best friend, Robbie Hutchinson, shout out to him, very successful banker. His uncle, Mr. Bello, who lived in our neighborhood, owned a little cheesesteak shop in Water Ice place called Gems. It was in the.
It's like a Four Seasons in Bluebell. Water ice and cheesesteaks.
I was the onion taster. He had a little cheesesteak shop that fucking murdered it. Like everybody would get their fucking cheesesteaks, even more so than Pudge's at a time in the mid '80s. He was fucking hot. He opened up a flashback to the '50s restaurant right down a couple doors down in the shopping center.
We grew up with
Gennardi's.
nifty 50s.
Sure, but that's kind of a chain.
I think.
There's like a couple of them. The one on South Street.
That's not a nifty. There's a nifty 50s. No, it's a Johnny Rockets.
Oh, okay.
Nifty
Get
50s.
shot in there.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a banana split and a fucking bullet wound.
Johnny Rockets walk out like empty pockets. Am I right? That's what the Irish call it. Johnny Rockets, empty pockets. But yeah, we had nifty 50. That's what we grew up on. Go there, get a burger and a shake.
It was awesome. The flashback to the '50s restaurant was okay.
Smoking inside and broads can't vote.
Smoking inside, fucking good. Like Al Green cranking all day, fucking Chuck Berry, the whole 9 yards. But I
He was in
worked
the
there
bathroom.
on a Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't try to like fucking don't try to. You were working at 12. You come from a family of dirtbags. Okay. Don't try to separate.
Yeah, but I wasn't working third shift.
I'm an earner. I don't know what you want from me.
on a school night.
You're lucky I learned that hard work ethic. Otherwise, we'd be recording in your fucking
You shouldn't be
kitchen still.
doing. You shouldn't be working during the week at night if you're still doing long division and making those little fucking things for the solar
Should have
system.
worked on this one before, you fucking loser. You should, because you had long division before you got in here, and I know it.
I didn't. Anywho,
You're waking up for work using a baked potato clock? Wow.
Oh my!
Holy shit.
Is there a gas leak in here?
cut the tape. Jesus Christ! Somebody go to a rerun or something like that.
Foley got me on science project.
Man.
Yeah, well, he better get you on comedy quick.
Yikes.
Machi.
Anywho,
What?
Saturdays.
I'm listening.
Have to get there at like 7:30 in the morning.
Was it the baked or the potato? I'm kidding.
The whole thing. Soup to nuts. Stunk. Wasn't a chive and sour cream, I can tell you that. Anyway, you know when you work
Man,
in...
he's making you stink.
You know... It's like venom.
Jesus Christ, you're my ace in the hole. What are you doing? No more Toby time, all right? You guys find your own rides in.
Anyway, do you know that
What?
familiar, if you've worked in the restaurant business, you know that familiar, you get there early in the morning, everything feels like stale grease. There's a
film on everything, it feels like.
Yeah. This is when I, didn't realize it then, but this is when I started to notice that. But I worked there on Saturdays, get there at like 7:30, huge fucking breakfast place. They'd have the whole griddle would be all home fries, just fucking.
Just already sitting there, yeah.
Cooking them up. Wash dishes in the back there. Working with adults, like proper adults, like 55-year-old
Yeah.
loners
Sure.
in the kitchen. But, he was there all the time. It was very family-oriented. It was really sweet. Still go there to this day. Fucking, you like chip beef on toast, get yourself over to Gem Restaurant. It's fucking fantastic. Over there in East Norton, Pennsylvania. But this is one of the first times I really disappointed somebody.
Wasn't the last either.
Oh, my nose is just running because of allergies. His mother came over from Italy. Italy. Came over from Italy, escaped the Nazis, okay? It was, a classic Philly diner, whatever you want it. But they
Sure.
also did a lot of Italian specialties. They had a chicken parmesan Kippy that would fucking.
Don't tease me. You know I like a good parameter.
Buddy, it would send your little noodle to the fucking sky.
Chicken marp.
Unbelievable. And like all that stuff was awesome. They would literally let the pasta sauce cook for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom would come in and start it on Saturdays. Okay, she had this little plate. It was the only plate of the set that survived some earthquake in Sicily that had been in her family for fucking generations. This was the last plate that she had.
Oh, God.
This was the plate that she used, that she would set next to the stove. She'd take her wooden spoon, handmade wooden spoon. She'd stir the sauce. That's what she did.
That was the plate, like the spoon holder type, Sean.
Yes. Now, the instructions throughout the operation, everybody, first of all, nobody fucking touched it, was you don't put that in the dishwasher with everything else. You fucking hand washed it. You hand dried it. You gave it right back to her. She comes in. She does her thing on Saturday. She gets the sauce going. She leaves. They put the thing over there. I'm fucking hand washing it. Fucking this, that, and the other thing. Packed out there. Fucking Mr. Bellows running around. He's got 9 grills going. Hardworking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking drying it. Slips out of my hand and fucking shatters all over the floor. And he just walks into the back and fucking looks at me and just goes, doesn't get mad at me, gets disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking takes off his apron, fucking throws it down and leaves his restaurant.
Oh, God.
I had staff meal coming. Fucking embarrassed.
Let's go with that sketty. You stink, dude.
Yeah. Forgave me. I was a fucking little kid. Forgave me. Worked there for a couple of years. Fantastic job.
What did she say? She ever say anything to you?
Never.
Cold as ice.
Never said a
I mean, you escaped the Nazis.
Never said a word to me for the rest of her life. Hey, she was probably,
I ended up killing her in a car accident, unrelated, but.
let's say I was 12. She was probably 600, something like that. Literally, dude. Fucking hated me.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you going to do? Amazing restaurant.
Trust me, I feel her pain.
But that's where I really started this is where my eating really started. Because I had free reign. I would eat the fucking cannoli mix out of the ricotta cheese container in the back because they made homemade cannolis. They had vanilla Coke. They had malted powder to make fucking chocolate malted. Delicious. Plus their cheese omelets. I don't know what kind of fucking cheese they use, Kippy. It was unfucking believable. Salty but sweet, buttery, delicious. Anywho, then I got into real estate.
Just destroying family heirlooms and their overhead.
Look over and you got a fucking scoop of ice cream just eating out of like a 5-gallon. I mean, you are a buffoon.
It would be Bassett's. Shout out to Be Like Bassett's Ice Cream in
That's
Philly.
the guy who hooked us up, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
the guy
right.
in with the kid in Wildwood.
Yep,
His
worked for
family
Bassett.
owns it.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, not something like that. That's the story.
I feel like we're
Yeah,
in
he
three
works
different
there. His
rooms
family
right
owns
now.
it. Yeah, something like that.
So then, legendary place in Bluebell, the Bluebell Inn.
Mm-hmm.
If you were cool in high school, you worked at the Bluebell Inn as a fucking busboy,
Sure.
as a service bartender, or working in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like the grapes of wrath because it was a fucking, it used to be an inn from the 1700s, okay? And they had a servant's wing, okay? And in the 80s and 90s.
Hold on 1 second. What was Bluebell we saw on the ride
Pigeon
in?
Town.
Pigeon Town. I was going to say, I honestly thought the story was you guys made your mayor a squirrel for the day or something. It used to be called Pigeon Town.
Formerly Pigeon Town.
Man.
Yeah. Bluebell has a much better ring to it. I mean, that's high real estate now. We know people that live out there. Don't play stupid. It's a nice area. Not my
Was
neighborhood.
Possumville taken? What's
Don't mess with that guy. He's part of the Pigeon Town Psychos.
You and the boys just surround him.
You're looking for Muscatratville. That's 4 miles over. Anywho, I get a job at the Bluebell Inn. My brother worked there. All of his cool friends.
Now, was that you got the in through him? Hey, my brother.
Got the in through him. And let me tell you something. This place in the fucking 80s and 90s with the blue hairs was fucking, it was Saturday night. It was fucking rocking.
I'm listening.
Kids, they made all kinds of money. Used to fucking eat lobsters when they'd bring them back. Fucking right there at the thing. It was fantastic. Worked there for a little while. All the way through high school. And then after high school, any questions you want to ask me about any of this?
No.
Dig in or anything? Okay. Making
I
sure.
mean, you were a busboy for 15 years, then moved to waiter for 40 years. I mean, this is gonna be. I got you. You've only ever been a waiter.
We can watch Seinfeld or something if you want.
I'm fucking with you.
Trying to broadcast.
This is
here.
great. What are you talking about?
So, high school, all right, landscaped in the summer all the time.
Quit bragging.
Jesus.
I mean, dude, burning hot fucking every day. Mom dropping me off the whole 9 yards. But then I got this real cushy job over there at Toll Brothers when they were building Bluebell Country Club.
I know Toll Brothers very well.
I took them to the fucking cleaners.
Mhm.
First time I had a company card. So,
What?
yeah, the job.
For what?
I'm about to explain to you.
Thanks. I'm just broadcasting with you.
Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. So, they were building this country club neighborhood. And
For the listener, Toll Brothers is a huge, I think on the East Coast or the Northeast, it's like a huge they do developments. Like they develop like most of Bucks County and
Yeah.
Montgomery County. And it's like
Big.
McMansion type stuff.
yeah,
They go in, throw them up. It's very but they became huge, but they started in our area.
Yeah.
And then became like this fucking huge company.
so this is early 90s. So they're blowing
starting
up.
to-
Yeah,
starting
they're
to
blowing up. So I get a job there. The guy knows I have a car. He's a real cool guy. And he's like, you're going
You
to
seem
do
like a real cool guy.
you're going to do 3 jobs here. He's like,
Blowjobs, hand jobs, and the last one's up to you, pal. And get coffee.
dealer's choice. I go for another blowjob. Can I suck your dick again? During the week or when they needed me. This is the summer, obviously. This is summer leading into my senior year of high school.
Sure.
Okay, it was all happening for me. I would clean out after they do it in waves. The framers come in, and the
Sure.
electricians and the drywall guys. So after each phase, you go in, you clean it out for the next guys to come in.
Sure.
And they were real fucking dicks about it, too. So I did that. Then on Saturdays, I got to stand in a little guard tower in the front and direct people who were going to look
Showings
at the
and
model
stuff,
homes
yeah.
and stuff like that. Real cushy job. I nailed my high school girlfriend in there
Whoa!
Yeah, it was
Look at
fucking
you.
hot.
During the day or at night?
during the day.
What?
It was like a Saturday at 2. She came over to hang out, fucking took her in the bathroom, fucking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in like, waving cars through. Like, how you doing, Chip? And she, Okay. All right. That's hot. That's
Ooh, it
steamy.
was real hot. Anyway, and then the third job, which is kind of where I feel bad, where I really took them, was they wanted me to go around the greater area. Like I'm talking like, I don't know, 45 minutes in each direction.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a map, an old school map. And I didn't know how to read a map. I didn't know what roads were what.
Read words,
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know where anything was. And they had thousands of little things dotted off on this map. They were like, you have to take these little sticks that say, and these little plaques that say, this way to Bluebell Country Club,
Mm-hmm.
and put them all around. Make sure it's facing the right way.
Cardinal direction with you, ain't
Dude, yeah,
no
it's like,
good.
well, what am I, a fucking pirate? What are we doing
I seen
here?
you get lost at the airport.
Yeah, what am I, navigating by the stars here? And
Did
this
they
is,
give you a compass or anything?
no, this is just a map.
What about one of those extendo looking
Yeah.
glass Johns?
A peg leg? Anything?
Straight till morning, boys. And I was supposed to do that. Now, I could do that whenever.
On
okay?
your off time.
I could do that whenever.
Sure.
Just when you come in, log the hours, how much you did, fucking.
This is where
Here's
you
a-
in charge of the books is bad.
Here's a
news.
gas card. They gave me a gas card. They're like, fill up your car, just return
You
it
get
in.
13 cartons of Marlboro Reds and $5 on pump 3. Let's keep it moving.
Yo, let me get 40 on 5 and you got a dumpster for these signs?
You're not far off, my friends. You're not far off. But that reminds me, did you ever see guys that go in like for lunch and they're on their corporate card and they order food, they order drinks, and at the end they're like, can you put the drinks on a separate check?
Oh, because they're not allowed to
Not allowed
have
to
alcohol
booze.
on the
Yo,
card.
dirtbag move, and I respect it.
Yeah, I respect that through and through,
Couple
baby.
of I had this lady at Bear Burger, real put together lady, used to come in and knock back about 3 or 4 liquor drinks during lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to the office.
Man, when I was working at, I don't understand that. I'm a very, like, either I'm drinking or I'm not drinking. I can't really mix them. I just started, like, eating and drinking as, like, the past couple of years of, like, oh, I'm going to have a burger, I'm going to get a beer with dinner. Otherwise, I'd be like, let's go get dinner, and then let's go out fucking drinking.
Sure.
I can't, like, really mix. I couldn't really mix them because it's like, so compartmentalized in my brain.
Like, when I was younger, if I started, like, I couldn't have, like, a glass of wine with lunch and then keep it moving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would go to this.
We're getting fucked up.
I would go to this fucking law. I was working at this law firm, and the big thing in office fucking culture is birthdays.
Happy hour.
Well, no, it's birthdays. You go out, it's your
When
birthday.
the whores come out.
We want to take you out for your birthday. We'll take you out to lunch. So, like, it'd be me, and, like, I used to work with all these secretaries, all these, like, broads, you know, from, like, Long Island or fucking Jersey.
This is
Queens.
big for them.
This is big for them.
Oh, it's Mr. Kippy's birthday today.
Yeah. I was a tight piece of ass back then, too. I was in my prime at that point.
Calendar boy.
I mean? That's how I landed the bird. Just met her at the same time. I was when I had just lost all the weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of it back on.
Man, she got bamboozled. Huh?
Oh man,
Talk
talk about
you
a
bought it
fucking
how you
bait
saw
and
it.
switch. Hey, yeah. Marry me or best offer, whatever you got. So they used to want to take me out, all these, you know, middle-aged broads.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like, you know, I would always, not flirt, but like I was just like, I'm real good at like.
You were showing off the ass. I get it.
I'm in there in fucking Daisy Dukes
Give it a
and a shirt and tie.
balls hanging out the bottom.
I'm real good in the passing, like real short as I'm like dropping an envelope or a folder, like bop, 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 like they'd be like something. I'd have a little joke,
Looking good today, Denise.
something like that.
yeah.
You know, or just like, how's it going?
That
Keep
old
it
man of
moving.
yours hitting it right.
So then, as if not,
Thank you, Toby.
call the boy. I won't do it either. I'll put you in touch with some guy you can.
Then I gotta crack at you first.
So they would always want to take me out, like for it's your birthday, and like because the company has tracks of your birthday. So I have a bit like August 1st, they would email out at the first of every month. They'd be like, hey, Henry is August 8th, Kevin's August 14th, Toby's August 22nd. And they would do one, so then they'd want to take you out, and these bros would go out and have like margaritas and shit. And I'd be like, the last thing I want to do is have like a fucking rum and coke and then go sit in a cubicle.
Yeah, it'd be like seventh period, fucking nodding out.
Sucks. You're
Yeah.
sweating. You smell like booze. But they
Yeah.
love it. That was like their big thing. I'm like, we're getting drunk at work. Also, too, I'm like, I got 3 shows tonight. I can't be drinking at noon.
It took me a really long time, because I just assumed that like I'm alone and like I'm the only one that does I'm the only one that's fucking up whatever. But it took me a really long time to realize during an average day,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, a lot more people than you would think, have a couple of drinks in them.
Buddy, I grew up on job sites. It's fucking every pickup truck or work van you see at about 3:30 driving home, they either got beers in the car or they got a couple in them already. We used to grab Sixers for the ride home.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, fellas, there's nothing like a couple nooners and then floating through the rest of your day.
yeah.
I can't. It just makes me so sleepy and I'm miserable.
I know.
Plus, you throw a couple of slices on there or a chicken cheesesteak. Fucking good.
Well,
night.
yeah, I'd be at a party in college with people like, oh, we're ordering food. Do you want something? I'm like, I still got like 3. If I have fucking chicken fingers now, I'll be in bed in 20 minutes. What the fuck is this? No, I don't want fucking eat at a
Are
party.
we getting a hotel? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like eating pancakes. You're
Uh-huh.
done. So anyway, so I did that. Now, again, this is where I'm starting to disappoint my family at this point. All right, I'm 16. I'm causing.
You made it 16 years. Look at that.
causing a lot of trouble.
Uh-huh.
A lot of things going on. The only thing that saved me is my athletic accomplishments. Was the only thing keeping me from fucking juvie or whatever. My parents disowning me.
Sure.
I had to put those signs together, right? At the job site, load them up in my car. And after I did it once, I tried. But most of the
You
places.
give up very easily.
Well, here's the thing. Most of the places, I wasn't allowed to put them in the ground.
It's the 90s. No one gives a fuck.
They did. They'd be like on the corner of a gas station. I'd put it down. The guy would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get that off my property. So.
That
What?
might have happened once. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean,
yeah.
because I did this in the early 2000s with like hanging sign when I worked for that construction company of like same thing, hanging signs, this thing this way, display whatever.
Yeah.
And you would just do them, and then like you'd be like, oh yeah, I got taken down. A lot of times the landscapers would fucking toss them.
lose them. So I did it once, and then I just fucking would make them at the place, fill out like a 4-hour workday, and just take them back to my parents' house and just dump them behind the garage where they sat for about 15 years.
And what did your parents see them? And what'd you say? Oh, these are extras or whatever?
Yeah, they were freaking the fuck out. What the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, before the house was built behind us, it was all just woods. I just took them back there and fucking dumped them. Bulldozers took care of that a couple of years later.
A couple of bodies coming.
Yeah.
Hey, they're putting in condos. We gotta go take care of that thing.
Yeah, you gotta dig that thing up, huh? I'm pulling out teeth in the middle of the night. So I got away with that for about until football camp started. And then he's like, I don't see any of these signs anywhere. I'm like, yeah, they take them and this and that. He's like, you're fired. Like, all right.
Good call.
But school was starting anyway, so who gives a fuck? So
what did you tell your parents?
Fuck.
Huh?
What did you tell your parents?
About what?
Why you
got
got fired?
No, you're like,
Oh,
hey.
they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we know.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking idiot. I think I caught a beating then too, to be honest with you.
Hey, they sound all right in my
I
book.
might have caught one.
Dude, Patty's getting the boxer raps going,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh.
Putting her hand in a bowl of ice water after she beats the shit out of you. You see what you make me do.
Oh, man. She was like the Wolverine. She would lose it on you. And you couldn't hit her back, so you'd have to take it. So now we graduate college.
Psycho.
We graduate high school. Going off to YD.
I like to think the only reason you weren't hitting your mom is because you can't. You know what? She wasn't my mom. I'd beat the shit out of her. I promise.
No, you can't because she's a lady.
You put your hands on me, I'll fucking pile drive you.
The woman hits you, you just got to take it. What are you going to do? Then we go off to college. Now, I don't know if I've ever revealed this.
Oh, God.
I had a grant to play football. I had student loans that we took out. But also, too, I was on a work program.
Yo. Something just fell out of your nose, by the way.
Probably a resume.
Y'all hiring? That was an old joke from a black comedian I saw on like Comedy Central or something. He goes, it was like a very 90s white guys walk in with a briefcase and a shirt and tie and go, excuse me, sir. I would like to apply for the job. He goes, a black guy walks in and goes, yo, y'all hiring? Y'all hiring? Y'all hiring? Here go my resume.
It's good stuff. So I only did it for one semester because it was social suicide.
What was it? Making license plates or something?
I worked on the I worked on the landscaping.
I think you
crew.
did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was on drugs immediately.
You're at a frat party. Hey, what's up, ladies? Don't you work here? I didn't know they let employees in the fucking party.
Yo, this janitor's creepy as fuck.
People started calling me Groundskeeper Willie. It was pretty embarrassing.
You got a mop and bucket. Someone throws up. Don't worry, I got it. Starts spreading fucking wood chips. Don't worry, everything's all right.
I got the sand in the car.
Oh man.
But
You're a grade A doofus.
I would be like crashing off of like whatever from the night before and raking leaves like in the main fucking.
Just face planting into a pile of leaves.
And then we had to wear the jumpsuits and all that stuff.
Oh, that's real convict shit.
Oh, dude. And go to like the far edge of the campus to report every day and fucking clock in. And I wasn't getting paid. It was.
They take it off the bill or something.
Take it
Oh
off
my
the
God.
bill.
That's inmate shit, dude. That's like I earn $3 a day.
Yeah, I'd do that, not go to class, go to football practice, get fucked up, and do it over again. I did that for maybe like 2 or 3 months, and I was like, fuck this. I'm done. After college, went to the Hedgerow Theater, obviously.
I don't think I ever heard this story.
And then a brief in between when I went from the theater to North Carolina, I started working for the guy that cut my mom's grass, Jimmy Dwyer. Okay, family operation. But I worked for his dad, who was an Irish immigrant and a fucking absolute psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
We would fucking clean out somebody's yard, like if they wanted like a bed removed with like bushes and all that stuff, and he would take it and throw it over the fence into
The neighbor's yard.
into the neighbor's yard, to the point that we got chased out of multiple. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking screaming at us.
Uh-huh.
Just keep going. Don't worry about it. It was fucking insane.
Fucking old world shit.
Worked there for a little while. Then we went down to North Carolina, got a job at Coastal Lawn Care. Okay?
I'm like a specialist moving town to town.
Yeah, I was on a cutting crew.
Y'all got lawns down here?
I was on a cutting crew of me and a bunch of guys from a halfway house that the foreman that ran. He was the most racist fucking guy. He hated me because I was a Yankee, and he hated my buddy Marvin, who was like this 50-year-old recovering crack addict, who me and him just hit it off and fucking laughed all day, fucking teasing each other, pretending we got bees on, just fucking with
Pretending we got bees on each other.
He hated it. He called both of us the N-word. It was
Jesus.
fucking on a daily. He was such a fucking piece of shit of a person. But I did that for the whole summer when I was down there.
Okay.
100-degree heat, fucking 1,000 house fucking development. Like, that would be 2 days. Just one place. No truck time, no fucking nap time in the car. You're not going from job. You were there all day just fucking cooking. Got a job working as a fry cook at Pusser's Landing.
I mean, dude, this is the resume of a guy who's done fucking 15 years in federal penitentiary. This is crazy. Isn't it weird that all your jobs are with ex-convicts? Like, that, at no point were you like, I gotta fucking step this up a little
I
bit?
didn't have a college degree. What do you want?
Yeah, and but his bindle was packed impeccably.
Well, all right, train's coming, boys. I'm gonna hop into this car. Hopefully nobody shoots at me with a assault shotgun.
So
Shot a man in Reno.
after you ended work for the day, would you get out your banjo, start a picking and a singing?
Kind of would, yeah. Then I got a job as a fry cook at Pusser's Landing. Now,
That sounds like a horrible restaurant.
no, it's beautiful.
The name
beautiful.
Pusser's Landing?
Or an STD clinic.
Yeah.
Pusser's is the
Was the
name.
Goiter Diner full?
Pusser's is the name.
Come on down to the Herpes Inn, everybody.
Stay away from the meatloaf.
2-for-1 clams.
Buster's Landing, pancakes and cyst removal.
Yeah, Pusser's Landing.
Ooh, they have lipomas. No, dickheads. See what I go through? See what I go through?
Fridays was all you could pop pimples, I heard. Woo, Kippy's
I'll
all
have
on today,
the
boys.
C-section scar removal.
Too much.
Damn it! Fuck!
In a riff of gross shit, you went way too gross.
Damn
God,
bastards.
you stink.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
Pusser's was a famous rum company,
Okay.
and they had a seafood place.
I'm listening.
I worked the fry end. It was actually awesome because you get your station all cleaned up. We had shrimp. We had
Scrimps.
One of the most popular items was the fried seafood combo, which I know your family's no stranger to.
The combo, no. My mom does like a nice crab. If there's a crab cake on a menu, she's
That's
getting
different.
that. Or she does like the
I'll have the fried cod, fried sole. That's
no,
real
that's not her.
trashy.
She don't do that. She's like a chicken breast kind
This
of
was a
gal.
couple scallops, bangers, beer battered shrimp, a piece of fucking fish,
Pizza fish.
piece of
Fuck, you know about a fish.
coleslaw, and fries. I was
Okay.
in charge of the fries. It was very deadly. There was a couple for the crowd, couple for me.
Yeah.
Just
It's like that whole, what was it, Tom and Jerry? 1 for you, 3 for me.
yeah, I was just popping fried scallops like they were fucking Tic Tacs all night. It was awesome. But that's when I got into the crack cocaine.
Mm-hmm. Has this
Which-
been public?
What?
Your crack cocaine use?
I believe I've mentioned that.
Okay.
I think I mentioned it on the Today Show.
Sure.
Meredith Vieira. No, I think I talked about it on our Real Life podcast. Yeah, here's the deal. Down there in North Carolina, all these rich
Maybe a
kids.
chicken sandwich. Ish.
Of course. What the fuck are we doing here?
And don't come to a live show and try to give them crack either.
Yeah. Ooh,
You have to fight the big dog.
like that gentleman in Hollywood tried to slip me some drugs.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Try to give them to me. He's like, here, this is for you. I'm like, have you watched the show? I don't touch this stuff.
Looked real good too, I'll tell you that. But the egg white omelet I had instead was fine.
So the only guy who tries to make me feel bad for him losing weight. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
And being
I
that
had
I'm-
a salad, you motherfucker. I'm like, all right, dude. It's not my fault you're 400 pounds. I'm the only guy trying to keep you alive here. It's costing me $5,000, by
and I
the way.
didn't do coke for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big pussy. I admit it. Where was I?
Being fat somewhere in the South. Being a fat drug addict.
All the rich kids down there, they would get high-grade cocaine and they would make it into crack for some reason and smoke it.
Yeah, because they're drug addicts. What do
Yeah.
you mean for some reason?
And we would smoke it out of a Coke can, and you would put ash. You would make the little holes like you do with weed. Then you would put a bunch of ash, and then you put the crack on top, and that's how you smoked it. So started getting into that. Wasn't a really great situation.
Oh, the crack?
Yeah, or pussers. Place kind of went.
I got a bad review from fucking Bon Appetit magazine. Place went downhill.
Apparently, there was a lighter in somebody's seafood combo.
I've never seen a waiter so sweaty.
When I went to the bathroom, he went through my purse. Woo, boys are having fun today.
Yes, sir. Then got a job at this really cool little place in Wrightsville Beach called Roberts Market, little old school southern little marketplace. Got fired from there because they caught me eating Otis Spunkmeyer cookies in the freezer. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, I know what those are.
They come frozen. But
Have you ever put in a 2 weeks anywhere?
no,
No, right? You've always been asked to leave. Or
just quit.
okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not coming back. That's it. Yeah.
I'll be eating out of the trash can a few blocks away, down there at Steve's Market.
Yeah, my manager hated me. And she caught me in there eating. She's like, that's it, get out. Mid-shift. Cook, I'm still chewing the cookie. I got fired. What are you going to So then I come up to New York. I go to Tony DiDonapolis to get a waiter's job. Now I'm going to come up to New York. I'm going to change my tune.
Well, your brother was up here at the
Brother
time,
was
right?
up here.
So he's greasing the
stockbroker.
shoe tree a little bit.
Not in. He used to eat at this place all the time, but no,
Okay.
the shoots haven't been greased yet.
How did you find? Did you just walk in? Are you hiring, or did you know somebody who worked there?
I did the fucking on the Upper East Side.
Got
I
his
walked
Bill Bird
around
outfit on and
Yeah,
walked
walked
in.
around for fucking 2 weeks like a fucking asshole.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, baby. That's how we did it. All right, there was no fancy prep
There
school.
were probably a lot of slices of pizzas and bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches between application, I would presume.
Sure, there was some downtime. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My brother was killing it. Well, he was starting to kill it.
Mhm.
He was. I mean, this was '99 on fucking Wall Street, so it was things were fucking popping, and he was eating out and going to all these places. So, this place in our neighborhood, Tony DiDonapoli, which I ate there at Christmas. It's fucking so fucking good. Family style Italian in New York City. They got a couple of them. Real nice joint. We've been there a couple of times.
Okay.
I go in. I'm gonna wow them with my fucking work history, working here, working there.
Yeah. My work history. I used to be a crackhead bagger at a market. Guys, have
I
you
got
ever...
fired for stealing cobbler.
Oh.
Tell me their peach cobbler would fucking change your life. Anyway, so there was a restaurant group that owned the place, and they were like, we don't think you're a good fit for here. But we do have this barbecue chicken place in Times Square called Dallas Barbecue,
Really?
which is similar to the first Iraq invasion. All right, we're talking.
Those Dallas BBQs are something else.
When you serve drinks and drinks, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. It's like they're imagine
A
like
margarita like this with 4 like full
Coronas in it. It's like they're big on the frozen margaritas, the frozen Kulan, all that kind of shit, and they come in fucking fish bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes there, gets fucked
Honey
up.
dip chicken,
Yeah.
fucking all the whole. It was and you're working with the shittiest fucking people of all time. The customers.
They're working with you. They're working with a guy. What do you mean?
No, I was a young kid trying to make it in fucking Hollywood. Clean cut kid coming out of the suburbs. I'm talking.
You just
fucking,
talked about smoking crack in North Carolina as a
They
as
didn't
a
know any
fry
of that.
cook. Yeah, but I'm saying I do.
Also, Hollywood's in California. You're getting tuned up down the Lower East Side.
Yeah, dude.
What are you talking about?
I was misinformed. I told you I was no good with a map. I admitted that.
Walking around the Upper East Side. Anybody see the sign today? Must be the fog.
Anywho, brutal.
Sure.
People A lot of drug dealers frequented this establishment.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Mean as shit to you. Change on the table. Fucking brutal. Get out of there. I got a job at Martell's, which was great. Worked there for fucking 4 years.
That was your bread, and that's when you talk about New York, I was at Martell's, bartender,
83rd
bar
and
back
3rd.
in-
Yeah.
Was that the brunch
the
spot?
waiter. Huh?
Brunch spot?
No, it was everything. It was like one of the last stands of a great Upper East Side fucking American fucking bar. It was owned by the guy who ran the IATSE union and a bunch of people from fucking Rockaway. They were all tight. They were all either, half of their families firemen, half their families cops, half their family. They went to Bonaventure. They went to fucking, just solid salt of the earth fucking, second and third generation Irish Catholic fucking New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
Really good.
Sorry, I was texting our guest.
That's okay. My brother went there. He used to hang out there all the time. His boys hung out there all the time. Everybody knew each other. My brother's buddy, Phil Frack. Remember, we've mentioned Phil Frack.
We
here.
mentioned Phil Frack on the Chaz episode.
With Chaz Palminteri.
Sure, yeah. Tell him I said hi.
Phil Frack.
Tell him I said hi.
Phil Frack grew up with one of the owners.
Okay.
Fat Boy was his name. Great guy. Tommy Brunner. Great family. They got me the job there. Worked there for a while. Cocaine started to take over my life a little bit.
Okay.
Tarnished my image there for a long time. And then
Sure.
After working there for about 2 years, I think right after 9/11 or right before 9/11, one of the regulars there sold fake titties. He was a fake boob sale, medical
sales, but it was titties.
Medical sales. Killed it. Made millions. Every fucking fancy plastic surgeon on the Upper East Side, the
was
Upper
using
West
his
Side,
David Duchovny's.
Long Island,
Danny DeVito's?
Nothing?
Double D's.
Double D's. Had it all locked down. His wife worked for a laser company. Laser hair removal started getting real popular.
Uh-huh.
He had the in with all the fucking plastic surgeons in the surrounding area.
This is another job as well. Your driver job, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You would drive this broad around to the...
Drive the broad around to different plastic surgeons' office. I'd bring the machine in, which was like the size of a dishwasher. I had a little work van. I was in charge of 3 of the work vans. I'd get the maintenance. I'd do this. I'd do that. Sometimes I would drive him and his wife to dinner in their car, this, that, the other thing, all while in the complete throes
of drug addiction.
Of serious depression and drug addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Because my girl had left me that I was dating from Martell's, crushed me for like 5 years.
Still don't think he's over it.
You whore! Did that for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And then got a job at the Waterfront Ale House, which I talk about all the time.
That's another big one. We drive by. It's on like 3rd Ave or 2nd Ave or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is when
Can't drive by it without going. I played a fucking chicken
and I was
tenders in
I
this
was
place.
off my rails at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was.
Sounds like you were on the rails.
Yeah.
My brother had moved out of the apartment that we were in. He got engaged. They moved to Hoboken. I had to get fucking an apartment by myself in Sunnyside, Queens. I was by myself. I was not prepared for any of that. It was bad. It was bad. But I kept to myself. It's not like I hurt anybody or did anything.
Sure.
I was just a fucking shut-in. Fucking work, make $300, get a bunch of Coke, have a couple of drinks there, go home, jerk off all night doing Coke, this, that, the other thing.
Sounds like a real cool guy.
Then I got a little job at a brunch spot in Gramercy called like the Farmer's Table or something like that, which it was like only 2 months, but it was actually a good time in my life.
Best 2 months of my life.
It was nice. And then I completely bailed out of New York. Couldn't pay my rent.
This is where me and you start to cross paths down there in Philadelphia.
We're about to.
Yeah.
We're about to. I moved down to Philly,
Mm-hmm.
stayed with my buddy for a month, get myself cleaned up, get myself just that other thing. Then I moved down to Philadelphia with my buddy Kramer. I stay there. I walk into Devon Seafood. I get a job there.
And you're doing real good at this point, right? Off the Coke, on the perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But switched over.
Perks and
But
vodka
that was
Red
about
Bulls.
6 months where I was really killing it. I'd lost a bunch of weight. I fucking felt good. I was,
Because when I met you, you were svelte. You were like,
Yeah.
probably a little trimmer than me now. You're probably
I was probably about 220,
yeah,
215.
exactly. Yeah, you were svelte. you looked good in a T-shirt.
But I had been 300 pounds. I had ballooned up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Towards the end of New York.
Remember you used to get down to your underwear and stuff on stage at the
tight little body.
At the Raven Lounge? I mean, it wasn't tight.
Fair
it
enough.
looks like 10 pounds lighter than me now, to be honest with you, but.
Either way. Yeah, it was like 6 months where I was really doing good. And then, at the time, this is 2008 in Philadelphia, they got these little Percocets done, and they started getting real popular with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And waiting tables sucks. It was a corporate restaurant, but it was fun. So I'm going to try one of these. Boom. Fucking start out with the 5s. Take a 5 for a shift. It makes doing what you're doing
tolerable.
Yeah. It gives you like a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, it's drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs.
Yeah. So does a pint of Dimitri vodka.
Yeah. You don't have to explain it.
Shout
we
out
got
to Dimitri.
Bankers Club was the one I was trying to think of. Someone wrote in.
Ooh,
Bankers Club vodka.
Yikes.
Yeah, same thing.
Comes in a carton.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
tough.
brutal.
Yeah. Missing kid on the side of it.
Yo, that vodka stinks, but when the plastic handle's empty, bopping your friends on the head with that's a good time.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Shout out. Got him out.
So I work at Devon, then I get fired from there because I threatened to put the manager's head in the lobster tank or something like that. We got in like a big argument.
A Joe Pesci movie?
Yeah,
What
we got
the
in like
fuck?
Because they were, a corporate fucking.
I'm going to take the rubber bands off the claws, then put your head in there.
Then I'm going to put the rubber bands back on there and pretend like I was home all night. Anyway, started working at Marathon Grill. That place sucked. Got fired from there. Started working at 20 Manning. Great restaurant.
This is when I think I met you, maybe Devin or
Devin.
right post Devin.
100%.
Yeah.
Devin. Yeah.
Okay.
Because one of your buddies.
No, that was 20 Manning. He would come into 20 Manning.
Yeah.
And this is to show Foley's, charisma and talent. Well, I don't like. A friend of my brother's was going there. Same thing, doing very well in like real estate or whatever.
It was
It was a very nice
the
restaurant.
who's who of
Yeah.
fucking the Rittenhouse area.
He was doing very well.
That's where I fucking met Ed Rendell.
Shout out to family friend, Mr.
He would come in.
Rendell.
He would come in before we opened. They would close the restaurant down.
Mhm.
He would just sit in the back, eat like a pig.
He would. A friend of my brother's started doing very well in the city. Young, probably like mid-20s or whatever. Wanted to, the scene, the who's who. So he would go.
Yeah, I was 35 at the time. I wanted to blow my fucking brains out.
Yeah. So if you were 35, it was what, 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
This was probably, he was, late 20s or whatever.
I'm calling him sir.
Yeah. And so he was going there, and then he came to a show or saw a sketch or we posted something at some point after like, a year or two of us, hanging and working and being best pals.
Running the Raven.
He was like, holy shit, I fucking know this guy. I was like, yeah, how? He's like, he's a fucking waiter at 20 Manning. I go, yeah. He goes, dude, I always knew there was something special about that. I knew he wasn't just a waiter. And he's like, I would say that to my wife. There's no way this guy is just a waiter. There's something going. I say, yeah, he's a crackhead.
He would bring the food, walking on the ceiling. Real sweaty. So I worked there, and then we moved to New York. But that's where I met Larry Shacklet. No, not Larry Shacklet. I'm thinking of Larry
that
Hackett.
fucking corporate gig we did. That one?
Yeah, that guy was really good to me, man. He was like a fucking powerful man in fucking Philadelphia. That was a huge company. He was a billionaire.
Billionaire?
Yeah, they were billionaires. You
Really?
can look him up right now.
I don't know.
Shacklet.
I believe you.
That label company had been in his family for. He
Gotcha.
labeled all the Tylenol.
Yeah.
Sold in
Mexico or something.
North America.
Yeah,
or
it was
something
something
like
crazy.
that.
I
Wild.
remember.
Great guy. Wouldn't have been able to move to New York if it wasn't for that show. Because
Yeah.
20 Manning had fucked me over.
I don't know if we talked about this. He got fucking beat out of a paycheck or unemployment or something, which we have talked about that. But then we went and did this corporate show for this guy's
I was fucked.
Christmas party. We had no money.
No money.
No, literal no money between the two of us. I wasn't working. I don't know where the fuck. I wasn't working for my family at that point. I don't know where the fuck I was. I was working at that law firm, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a Saturday morning at noon. We had to be out there in the suburbs, go to this huge fucking factory, It's the size of an airplane hangar. The room we were in was the size of an airplane hangar. The factory.
There was like a 13-piece orchestra.
Oh, it was
Remember,
crazy.
it was like a big band or whatever.
Yeah, the guy goes, I was supposed to host. He goes, all right, give it up for Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, guys. I went up and bombed for about 2-3 minutes.
We both did.
I brought you up, and this was like classic. He bombs, right? Like, look, I mean, it's a bomb. And in the moment, you can't call that. That's like you still can't do that.
I did pretty good with the crowd work with everybody.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he gets off. I'm like, ooh, thank God that's. What are you talking about? That was great. I'm like, were we in the same airplane hangar? Because you fucking ate it, dude. But he gave you like $1,500 or something.
He was supposed to pay us.
He was supposed to pay you $1,000.
No, he was supposed to pay me like $500.
No, I think it was. I think if I remember correctly, it was $1,000. And he gave you $1,500.
Yeah.
And my pay didn't go up at all. I was still getting paid off the fucking jihad. Then also in just like typical, no, you did give me like $100 or whatever. I think I was supposed to get 50. He gave me 100. Then he takes me out to a diner and he blows like fucking $1,200 at the diner. Remember we went, let me get 3 of these, 4. I got it. The fucking bill at the diner was like $250. And I just remember being like, this guy's an idiot.
But that got me to be able to move to New York. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
And then I was immediately poor again.
Yeah, then I was immediately poor again. And then it took me like a couple months to find a job. And then I got a job at Snack Taverna, which was fucking. My one boss was fucking awesome. The other boss was, he was I think a good guy at heart. He was great at what he did, but it was like a Billy Budd situation or like fucking Moby Dick.
Yeah.
He was so fucking mean to me, and like the reviews would be like the restaurant's awesome, but when the owner's in there, it changes the vibe in the room.
Really?
Yeah, he was just. He came from like corporate hotels and he was great at what he did. I learned so much about the restaurant business, about, how to serve people food.
Yeah.
The fucking right way to do it. But he was real tough, man. And I had to fucking be there at 7:00 to do.
And this is the prime of you had to be out every day, all night. You had to be out every night in New York. This was like our hustle years. This was like 3 years of you're out every day, every night.
We're in
whether
the village.
We were doing shows, or we were going to hang out at a club, or we were going to something.
Go try to stand at the cellar and get noticed doing a fucking
go to stand up New York, the fucking
stand up New York,
check spots.
Is it okay if I look at if I sneak in and look at the show? Is it okay?
That was like when you had to be out every single night.
Every single night.
Minimum midnight, 1:00.
Yeah, every single night. And
you used to sleep on the park bench.
I would sleep on the bench outside of.
Because we would start drinking Friday night. Because I wouldn't drink during the week because I was working at that shitty office job all the way in.
Sure.
So
I was coming to the end of a terrible drug addiction.
At that point.
Yeah,
I
started to wind down. Perks, still doing blow. This, that, the other thing. Staying out all night doing stupid shit. Putting myself in bad situations.
But we wouldn't drink until Friday. That Friday. Like we wouldn't really drink during the week.
That's crazy.
I think I was sneaking coke.
I'm not saying you weren't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but like we wouldn't as a team, we all waited till Friday. Like Friday night, we're fucking.
Oh, we're going.
We're partying. We're doing the shows. We're fucking hanging. We're boozing.
Yeah. Saturday was
till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Then he would be like, "I got to be at the fucking restaurant," which was like 3 blocks away. He's like, "I got to be at the restaurant at fucking 7 a.m. and it's like 3
for a Sunday brunch."
And I'm like, "I'm fucking going home, dude." And he's like, "Well, do I take the subway? By the time I get out to Queens, it's gonna be an hour. Sleep an hour, come back." He would just go sleep on the fucking park bench and out front, and then go wait tables.
Yeah, I would take my wallet and my phone, and I would stick them between my legs inside my jeans, and go to sleep for a couple hours. I got jerked off out there once, too.
Yikes, hachi machi.
You are a different breed of human.
It was brutal. And then got a job at Bear Burger.
Mm-hmm.
That was great for a little while. Things are starting to be okay. Couple acting things here and there.
Doing the bit part, the character stuff. That stuff was picking up from time to time. The hosting, our spots in the city were going up. So we're a couple, a little bit of sustainable or not. I mean, we were still fucking obviously broke. But
unbelievable.
It wasn't figuring out, like, what the fuck am I going to do this month? It was like, okay, I can not pay this month.
But in our heads, we were still driving ourselves crazy. Like, where the fuck is this going? What the fuck are we going to do? How is this going to fucking work out? And then start working at New York Comedy Club, thank God, as a host pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And then
that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was my last job, hosted New York Comedy Club. Now here we are,
Now you're a business owner.
technically.
Legally,
The
you're
most
a business
important thing is we found you guys, and that's the fucking biggest thing right there.
Sure.
And we fucking love you. I know fucking we go back and forth and this and that, and, you know, you're mad at this one, you're mad at that one. We fucking love each and every one of you, and thank you very much.
Yes. We got to go.